Hi folks, how you doing? Russell, TrueResults303.com. Check out the website link in the description box, Mind, Body, Spirit, Fitness. Putting the healing back in health. Once again, when you're at the website, search around. There's a lot of great stuff on there. Sign up for the free newsletter. Check out the free downloads, Setting Goals, Fitness, and Nutrition. Don't forget to follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Google+. The podcast is out there. Those links are in the description box as well. Join the community. Let's grow and learn together. Coming at you today with a video on mindset versus thought process. And I might have these confused. I was doing a little bit, I didn't do much research, but those are the two terms that I came up with. Mindset versus thought process. And the reason why I came up with this little concept here is because of the personality test. So I'm online, and I'm on an online dating website. For me, it's CatholicMatch.com, and you take the personality test, and I guess maybe you could say personality, however you want to. I think once I start talking about it, you'll understand it. So I think what happens is this also gives us difficulty in understanding what someone, a person that is different than us. I think this really enables people to make real connections, because we get the two confused. And that's only because I was dating a girl on, that I met on the website for a little bit, and I think she had it confused. And I'm a very upfront person, and in being a very upfront person, I learned things that she thought were going on, and then I was able to express the things that I thought were going on, and we were on two totally different pages. But the one thing I thought that was very important was she said, we just fight all the time. And in my opinion, there had only been one time when we had ever fought, like a true kind of fight, right? Because I'd been talking to her for like 4 or 5 months, but I've only noticed that we fought once. So I think this is what we got to understand: the thought process versus the mindset. The thought process is going to be, in my opinion, like the beliefs we had. Her and I, we had the Catholic beliefs. We had that same belief system in the spiritual world. Kind of like you also got to work hard and all these other things, like the values. I would say we had the similar values and beliefs in the world, and a thought process. We thought about the world the same way. And the mindset is totally different. And I think this is where she got confused, because she said, we're totally different. All we do is argue. But I think this is where that mindset comes in. Like I said, I might be using the wrong term. So if I am, put it in the description box, okay? But what that is right, we've got people that are very upfront and passionate. We've got passive people. We've got those different type of, you could call them personalities. I'm going to call it the mindset, to where if someone is passionate about the way they talk and the way they conversate, right, they're always going to express their opinion. So it could end up in a fight, right? Someone that's very passionate and you're having a debate, I might be cutting you off, you'll be cutting me off, and it's hard to get sentences in because we're passionate. Then there are people who are just passive, whatever, yes, if you want it, I'll do it, right? So you got to understand that just because you argue a lot, that means you are probably more similar than you think, right? That means you both have that passion and that fire. And it's not really fighting, it's just that's the way you two express yourself. So in that sense, you're similar as well, right? Different would be, and I used to be this way, and I'm trying to get more into that passionate side, because I know I am very passionate. But I'm the type of person to where if we get in an argument, I'm just not going to talk to you for 3 or 4 days. I dated a girl, and that's what would happen. We would get in an argument, and I just wouldn't talk to her. And I would sit on the couch next to her. I would do everything, right? But I would just sit there, and I would just be quiet. And then, 2, 3 days would go by, and then we would talk, and everything would be fine. And she's like, well, we just argue. You don't say anything for 2, 3 days, and then you act like nothing ever happened. And it's like, well, to tell you the truth, because we always argue over the same thing, so it really doesn't matter, right? But once again, it's because when we actually tried to talk, I think I became passive because we both had that hard-headedness. We weren't really different. It was just when you're that hard-headed and that passionate about something, and back then I just wasn't actually as talkative as I am now, because I think I've found myself a little more now than I had back then. Um, it's just, I just give up. Like, whatever, there's no point even talking about it. But I think we need to understand that mindset versus the thought process, right? Are you guys similar in thought process? That's fine. In my opinion, if you're arguing a lot, you're still similar. That doesn't make you different. That means you're both passionate and you both want to talk about these things. But once again, when you have trouble meeting with that person, it's that same concept that they say the person that you hate the most is usually the person you're most similar to, right? So I think it's that same concept. When you think you're more, there's more debates and arguments within the relationship, you're similar, right? I think the difference would be that person where you're trying to talk and I just have nothing to say. You're just always going to agree. That's different. Right? That's when something's going to happen. And when that blow up happens, it really happens. That would be opposites. And you can go with that, hey, opposites attract, that's fine. But I think we just truly need to understand mindset versus thought process. And I think we need to stop taking these personality tests so dang serious, because I think that's what happened with us. I'm an upfront person. And the things I say might hurt you. The great thing is, now that I'm in a sober state, I don't say things just out of drunken rage. If I say it, I'm trying to say it with a purpose and to make sure that I'm saying it to help you in the long run. Okay? It's not just, oh yeah, people speak the truth when they're drunk, and that's an excuse, right? That's an excuse to be stupid and say mean things. For me, if I'm going to say it, I'm going to say it in a sober state and try to understand that, and try to get the point across to where I can truly speak my mind, but also use it in a way that's going to help the other person. So once again, I think we've got to understand that mindset versus thought process. Are you similar on your beliefs? That would be a thought process. Are you similar on your mind state? If you're both passive, right, that means there's most likely not going to be much said. If you're both passionate, you probably are going to be bumping heads a lot, but that doesn't mean it's an argument. Remember that. It doesn't mean it's an argument. That just means you're both passionate and you're trying to get your point across. But since you are similar in mindset, it seems like an argument, but it's not. So we can't take it, we can't take it to heart. And then of course we're just human, so it's hard to not get offended. And we're going to get offended, but make sure that you do not get offended. Because that's when things really go south, when you get offended. Okay? So once again, I hope that helps. A lot of rambling, but you know me. I do the rambling if you're on this. But once again, you came here for self-improvement, motivation. Remember, there's also fitness, nutrition, spirituality things that are a part of this channel. So don't forget to search the channel, see some other things that you might like. Don't forget to share all this information with everyone else. Join the community, True Results 303, Facebook, Twitter, Google, plus the podcast. It's all in that description box down there. Easy access. Click like, subscribe to this channel, share and like these videos.